That's you.
Coming up on SUTV News, we'll talk about SU's TEDx event.
And the flannel fling. Stay tuned. Welcome back to SUTV News. I'm Ryan Sunderman.
And I'm Grace Conley.
SUTV News Director Emma Sorensen had the chance to attend a new event here on SU's campus.
Things that may or may not exist about the reality of what's going on in those students' lives.
On Friday, November 22nd, the event TEDx, the independently ran live speaker event, made its way to Southern Utah University campus. Senior Brad Harrelson, along with other student volunteers, took on the task to put SUU on the TEDx map.
It's been actually really an amazing experience. I've been able to learn so much and grow just with the people around me, and since it's a volunteer event, it's been 100% just give it your all. Like, the only benefit is what you can get out of it yourself.
This event featured various SUU faculty, staff, and students presenting informative presentations on a wide range of topics, like mental health and LinkedIn profiles. The company TED, creator of TED Talks, is a very popular educational way to get ideas out into the world. This independent SUU TEDx event allowed our faculty and students to become a part of the larger TEDx community.
I've used TEDx a lot in my classes to teach students great presentation skills, and so to be able to use what I've taught my students and to do it on the stage for them has been a great experience to help me apply what I've been teaching. So I think that's been the best part of it, is to become part of this community of great speakers.
The TEDx SUU presentations will be available on YouTube. For SUTV News, I'm Emma Sorensen. Back to you at the desk.
And with their expertise in content and the way to apply it.
As fall transitions to winter here in Cedar City, the time comes to dust off the flannel and start dressing warmer. And that's exactly what SUU students did. My co-anchor Ryan went to SUU's Flannel Fling before Thanksgiving break to check it out.
With the winter here in full force, there's no better way to get ready for the season than by donning your flannel and throwing a party. As fall paved the way for winter, SUU's Student Programming Board hosted a party that they dubbed the Flannel Fling. With around 10 activities, including axe throwing and a giant tug-of-war, there was something for everyone, and everyone had a favorite.
I really like coming with my friends. Like, I think it's a good spot to come with friends and then meet friends. We met a few friends, me and Mary over there.
However, not everyone is excited for the coming winter. With students coming from all over the country and world, some having not experienced Cedar City winter before, or having experienced it and hating it, winter just isn't for everyone. But even in the coldest of times with snow and ice, there's still positives that can be found.
Well, I have very mixed feelings about winter because my Jeep fishtails a lot, so I'm worried about my car, but I love the snow. Love making snow angels because I'm still a kid at heart.
If axe throwing just isn't your thing, there are plenty of other events to choose from. A giant tire toss, nature tic-tac-toe, and a lumberjack version of cornhole. Those with artistic ability could color a lumberjack, among other things, for the chance to be posted on SPB's Instagram and Twitter.
So I'm really pleased with how the event's gone so far. We had a lot of different activities happening on campus tonight, so I was a little concerned that nobody would come. But I think that we have just enough people to kind of fill the space and let everybody still do the activities.
This party wrapped up events for SPB this semester, but stay informed by following SUU_SPB on Instagram or Twitter, and stay tuned for next semester. That's all I have for you. For SUTV News, I'm Ryan Sunderman. Finals week is just 1 week away, and your performance on the final can make or break your grade. Reporter Connor Sanders spoke with Evan Miller, an assistant coach for excellence and success on campus, to find out how to best prepare for those big exams.
Here at SUU, we are approaching finals week at the end of another long semester. It can be a very stressful occasion for many students, and so we wanted to talk to one of our aces, Evan Miller, who actually we wanted to get a little bit of perspective on how to handle finals and kind of how hard that can be for some new students. So, and will you tell us just kind of maybe what finals means, why it's so important to get these things right?
Yeah, so finals, I kind of view it as the culmination of all the hard work you've done all semester, and hopefully a lot of the things that you learn on finals are what you take away into the real world, right? You're here at SU to get a degree and learn things. Hopefully these are things that you can take with you to wherever you go after SUU.
Can you tell me just about maybe some strategies that you've seen that have been successful for other students in getting ready for finals?
For sure. So the first thing I think is most important is to approach finals with a growth mindset. So the idea that the score doesn't define who you are, whether you get A, B, D, or a C, whatever it might be, but what's most important is focusing on what you're actually learning and taking away from the class. Did you actually learn or change or become something better, become a better person as a result of the class? I think that's number one. Number two is hard work. I mean, you got to get it and grind. There's no substitute for knowing the material, knowing it forwards and backwards, and taking the time that it deserves.
What about maybe it's just some specific tips you might have for students that are taking finals?
Make sure to build in enough time in your schedule. Sit down, take 5 minutes, and say, these are the times that I'm actually going to study. This is what I'm going to study. I'm going to do it here at this spot on campus. So you got to lower the possible distractions that you can have. So plan it out, write it down on a piece of paper or in your phone, whatever it might be, and then make sure it's easy to get there and do the studying. And then while you're there, make sure you build in breaks too, because it's really easy to get burned out. So study for an hour and a half, take 15 minutes to watch a video on YouTube. Study for an hour and a half, take 15 minutes on YouTube.
Absolutely. Good perspective there from Evan as we prepare for finals week. So I'm Connor Sanders, back to you guys in the studio.
Up next, we'll talk about the construction taking place at Zion.
And the African Union Club Showcase. Don't go anywhere.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Visitors to Zion National Park will have to find a new way to enter the park, with ongoing construction taking place. The south entrance in Springdale is being redesigned to help visitors get into the park faster by widening the roadways to add new lanes. The need for the redesign was made apparent to park officials in 2016, when park rangers noticed consistently long wait periods for visitors wanting to enter the park. Officials say that adding just one lane will increase the number of vehicles that can be processed into the park by 50%. The project is expected to finish around April 2020.
Every week this semester, students are treated to a health discussion while taking a group walk around campus hosted by the Health and Wellness Center. Our reporter Jeff Mullins has the story.
Thanks, guys. With me today, I have Riley and Mia from the Health and Wellness Center here to talk about some of the wellness walks they do here on campus. So, do you guys, about how many walks do you guys do a semester?
So we try to keep this as a weekly activity. I think sometimes having that consistency really helps students to be able to get out and experience that connection piece that we are wanting with this activity. We provide opportunities for students to come each Monday and walk with us and be able to connect with different students and faculty and staff here on campus.
Okay, and so on these walks, what are some of the topics you cover, or do you cover any topics, or just, yeah?
Yeah, do you want to answer that?
We talk about the importance of wellness, obviously, which is more than just physically being well and physically being feeling strong, but also psychologically being strong. And so we found that as we study we've looked into different studies that being in the environment increases your mental health, and also exercise and activity and moving around. And so we try to promote those two parts to increase everyone's wellness, but to also to incorporate the relationship piece where students are able to, we facilitate an environment for them to connect with one another so that they can have other support systems.
Okay, great. And about how many people attend these events each week?
So we just really started our wellness walks a couple of weeks ago in November, and so we're hoping that we can continue this and grow this. Our first, we had about 30 students, 30 participants, faculty and staff, and students, and then every so often we probably get around 15 or 20 new people every time. So.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys for joining me today, and if anyone is interested in these wellness walks, it's every Monday at 1 p.m. here at the Health and Wellness Center. Back to you guys at the desk.
Before Thanksgiving break, the African Union Club performed a showcase for all SUU students. Our reporter Kylie Schaefer has the details.
Get your degree here at SUU and go back in Africa.
On November 19, 2019, as part of International Education Week, the African Union Club hosted an African showcase in the living room of the Student Center to help SUU students understand more about their culture and their country.
First, it means sharing the culture. We're trying to educate people and inform people about Africa, different places that we come from, and share that background with the people at SUU.
The event provided information about the different African countries through different pop-ups, shared experiences from our international students here at SUU, and even a fashion show.
It really does benefit our students from Africa. It kind of lets them get to know each other better with their culture and their background, as well as get to know domestic students and other foreign students as well, and just kind of merge cultures together and get like a better appreciation and understanding of each other.
Both International Education Week and this event, hosted by the African Student Union Club, are put on annually.
There are so many things to learn about Africa,
For SUTVNews, I'm Kylie Schaefer.
So, I know you've studied internationally abroad before.
I have.
So, did you ever do it here as a student at SUU?
Yeah, I've actually done 3 study abroads with SUU, and then I did a partnership. I went on a program that we have a partnership with, and I lived in Thailand for 4 months too.
Wow. Okay, so is there any place that you haven't been studying abroad that you've wanted to go to?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Okay.
That's probably my dream place to go.
I think we have a study abroad in Oceania, but I can't quite remember.
We do. Yeah, it's called CQ University, if any of you guys want to go.
How's the weather looking today, Connor?
Winter is in full swing. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Connor Sanders here with a look at the weather on what is a chilly day in Cedar City, something we're going to see a lot of as winter wears on. As you can see today, 38 degrees temperature right now. You can really feel that cold. It'll get through one jacket, so make sure you start layering up here soon. Partly cloudy today, as you see, and then Wednesday actually you can see a lot of rain tomorrow. Same high with 41 degrees as we saw today, and we'll actually see that once again on Thursday, but a 90% chance of rain. So make sure you're ready for that rain. Probably need to wear some light windbreaker or something to keep the water off you. And then you can see today the humidity really makes an impact. 80% humidity really makes that cold more poignant. So make sure you're layering up. Make sure you don't get sick. This is not the time of the year to get sick with finals on the horizon. Make sure you're staying nice and healthy, bundling up and avoiding this cold weather as much as you can. So you can see dew point actually down at 33 degrees, which means we're going to be scraping our cars off a lot as the winter wears on, right at that consistent dew point. So make sure you're up early so you can get to school on time, and plan on scraping your car from now probably until March. Let's go ahead and look at the 7-day forecast here. Here we are today, high of 41, tomorrow 41 as well. Looking to the weekend, high of 44 on Friday, and then Saturday, 44 the high as well. We're going to stay pretty consistently in this range between highs of 41 and highs of 44 with lows in the high 20s and low 30s, but Monday going to be especially cold with a high of 35 and the low of 16. So yeah, as finals approaches, December here and in full swing, winter has come and arrived, and there's really no escaping it at this point. We've got a long winter ahead of us, so make sure you're bundled up, make sure you go out, get everything you need to survive this winter as a student and as anything else. So we'll throw that back to the desk.
Thanks for the weather update, Connor.
Here's a quick look at what's coming up next in sports.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, we've got a recap of the SUU football season. Don't go anywhere.
What's good? Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one. It's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes on your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think, though? Arm or the butt?
Welcome to SUTV Sports. I'm Connor Aist. With the new intramurals approaching in the upcoming spring semester, SU Student Programming Board hosted a 3-on-3 basketball tournament to pique interest. The 3-on-3 tournament had a pool of 23, with 7 teams receiving a first-round bye. There were 2 tournaments, with men's and women's tournaments played separately. The games were played by way of 15 minutes per game, or first team to 21 points. Some teams joined on a whim to see how far they could go. Some joined to play for fun, and some joined to win it all. The winning team, We Don't Need No Practice, went all the way from the first round, outscoring their opponents 21-15.
Oh, it feels pretty good. I mean, anytime you win a championship, whether it's for school or if it's like intramural, like you go out there and compete. That's all you come out to do is compete and have fun and try to win. December marks the end of the college football regular season, which means the SU will have to wait until next year to play again. Our reporter Connor Sanders has a recap of this year's team.
Only 2 years removed from a conference championship, SUU is near the bottom of the Big Sky. Last season provided a low light in the program's history as the team finished with a 1-10 record. This season brought some improvement with the team finishing 3-9 overall.
To be honest, going through that last year, you learn how to just focus on the next thing. So it really doesn't matter the outcomes. We got to focus on the process. We got to come back.
The 3-9 record can hardly be blamed on the T-Birds this season. Out of the 11 teams they faced in 2019, the T-Birds had 5 opponents that made the FCS playoffs, with 3 of those teams landing in the top 7.
We have a chance to be a physical football team. We have a chance to be a good football team, but we're not a top 15 team right now. And we have a lot of work to do if we want to get there. Our schedule allows us to go play teams week in and week out. So the better we get, the better chance we got to win some of these games. And so,
unlike in 2018, quarterback Chris Helbig was healthy this season, playing in all 12 games and passing for almost 3,000 yards.
We we got a quarterback that can throw. We got some receivers that can run underneath it. And so that'll be a part of our offense as we go along. And hopefully we don't get called back because there were some good plays out there.
The T-Birds will have to find a different quarterback for next year, as Helbig has reportedly entered his name in the transfer portal. The SUU rushing attack struggled in the early part of the season, but Thomas Duckett was one of 3 running backs to finish with more than 250 rushing yards on the year, helping the team finish with almost 2,000 rushing yards in total.
Thomas Duckett was a monster out there. He ran his butt off. We had Karis Davis. They all kind of came through and stepped up. Keeps running the ball well. So we had a lot of guys step up in the run game, and that's we had 2 offensive linemen out, and so the offensive line did a tremendous job. Coach Fernandez and those guys up front, the tight ends blocked well. We needed everybody to be able to step up and have a great running game, and we did.
Last season's second-to-last ranked defense was nowhere to be found in 2019. However, this year's defense still had room to improve, giving up more than 400 yards and ranking 96 out of 124 FCS teams.
Coach Fisher does a great job. He has a lot of experience, so he puts us in our best position. It's just up to us to get lined up in the best position and make plays. I feel like, we killed ourselves with misalignments, and when we were there, just missed tackles.
They got a confident bunch over there. We struggled on defense immensely. Fisher got those guys riled up, probably a little bit too riled up right now. But they're going to play hard. He's been a great defensive coordinator since he's been here. Really appreciate his help. Defensive staff is really collaborating well. I'm just proud of the staff, proud of the coaches. Everybody's working their butts off just to try to win. And I think we have enough competitive guys in the building to go do something special this year.
Head coach Demario Warren is also expected to return next season, helping the T-Birds keep a consistent look among the coaching staff, something lower-classmen can count on for the future.
I love seeing those guys go out there and fight. They give the effort that we need to win games, and they might make mental mistakes sometimes, but I like to see that they're giving effort, and that means a lot to me as a senior because I know they're fighting and they're trying to do their best to win games.
The T-Birds are open next season against Dixie State University in the Trailblazers' first ever game as a Division I school. For SUTV, I'm Connor Sanders.
Our team might do some dumb stuff, but they fight.
So, Connor, did you play in the 3-on-3 game?
Yeah, I went and played in the 3-on-3 tournament. As you can see, I didn't win. I wasn't being interviewed after the championship. But SUU has an alarmingly high number of good athletes that just play intramurals, and the rec department does an awesome job with intramural football, volleyball, these kind of tournaments. It's awesome. Really grateful to go to school here.
Thanks for the update, Connor. Up next, we'll talk about the new lounge in the Student Center.
And an update on SUU Rocket Club. Don't go anywhere.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
Students are enjoying a new space for entertainment this semester here on campus. Our reporter Jeff Mullins has more on that.
As students begin to wind down before the end of the semester, so too do they begin to feel the stress of finals weighing on their shoulders. However, with the help of some new additions to the Student Center, students are able to access some new entertainment systems thanks to some improvements to the Wing. While the Wing is the official title of the new entertainment section, there have been some impressive brainstorming on behalf of students for more clever nicknames.
I've actually heard a lot of names for this area, like Thor's Hideout, Thunderbird Circle, stuff like that.
Popularity for the Wing and the Student Center has seemingly increased due to the activities offered such as ping pong tables, pool tables, video game consoles, and plenty of booths for students to relax while watching one of the many TVs available.
Honestly, it's been super popular. I work in the still office, so I'm usually like the person everyone sees to check out ping pong stuff, controllers and stuff, and there never is a missed day where somebody comes and tries to check out something, especially on the weekends too. A lot of people will try to come in. Even if I'm here doing homework, people will try and come check it out just to de-stress and stuff.
The rules for checking out the equipment are simple. You must have a valid SUU student ID that is up to date. If it is not, or if you have lost your ID, the STIL offices that handle the equipment checkout can help you update it, along with offering a replacement ID for $5.
I feel like the student center in general has actually been more occupied than it was before, and I feel like the students actually have more things to do now. Because before we only had a pool table and like ping pong set, but now that we have other things that other people can use, especially like TVs and stuff, they can actually come here and do other things.
For those interested in experiencing everything the wing has to offer, be sure to stop by the STIL offices at ST-177 and head to the wing located right outside the University Journal and radio station. For SUTV News, I'm Jeff Mullins.
The Southern Utah University Rocket Club is currently preparing for future competitions. Let's head over to the engineering building where reporter Tori Jensen has met with the club to see part of the process.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, I'm here with the airframe team of the Rocket Club here at SU, and next to me is Kyler Reinhold, who is the team lead. So can you tell me a little bit about the club, what you guys do?
Yeah, so basically what we do is we build a rocket from scratch, and then we go to an international competition with a bunch of other colleges, and we launch it, and we kind of compete with that. And we've been doing really well the last few years, so this year we're doing a bunch of more testing to, really kind of cut that razor's edge to beat some of the other teams that we haven't been able to beat yet. So, yeah.
All right, so what are you doing here tonight?
So tonight what we're doing is we make our fiberglass tubes just from a thing of fiberglass and resin. So since it's custom made, we also have to test for the properties, like the mechanical properties, how strong it is, how stiff it is, when it's going to break, and so we can plan around that. So what they're doing right there is just a bending test, and you can see it starts to bend, and then we just go until it cracks, and that machine can measure the force and all that stuff.
Okay, that's really cool. So what can we expect from the Rocket Club in the future with this?
Well, this year we're starting to get into more like actual engineering. In the past, we've kind of just like built it and been like, oh, that's strong enough. It looks strong enough. But now we're actually getting into the engineering of it. So this year, the rocket's going to be lighter, faster, and just more accurate in how high it's supposed to go. So we're going to have a pretty good year, actually. We've been thinking about it, and this is going to be a great year.
All right, I'm excited. Thank you for letting me come and showing us all what you're working on. So yeah, that has been me with the SU Rocket Club, and for SUTV News, I'm Tori Jensen, and let's go back to the studio.
SU is home to a lot of talented artists from around the world. Our reporter Alex Schilling sat down with Francesca Gatti Western to talk about her life.
SUU attracts a lot of different talented students both from in-state and even around the world. One of these students is Francesca Gatti Western, all the way from Italy. Fran originally came to America as an exchange student for her final year of high school, but she quickly decided that she wanted to stay in the country for her entire education. With that goal in mind, she came across the program Go Campus that helps international students receive scholarships to attend North American universities. Of the various schools that she received scholarships for, SUU had the best art program, and so she chose it and is currently a senior. Fran is an illustration major and spends a lot of her time drawing or even painting characters and worlds that she envisions.
I really love visual development,
which essentially translates to creating the look and style of a world. She's hard at work in pursuing this in her various courses. With Fran originally being from Italy and an Italian speaker, one of her difficulties on top of her studies came with the language barrier. While she had learned English, it didn't quite prepare her for the differences in how Americans actually speak. Slang and more conversational dialogue weren't quite what she had learned, so it took an adjustment period. Along with that,
you guys talk so fast.
That said, she is now quite fluent in English. Fran is working to stay in America so that she can better follow her dreams of working in entertainment as an artist. The kind of artwork she dreams of doing isn't quite as easy to do in Italy compared to America. She spent a lot of time working on developing her own style of art and has taken up various inspirations from the art that she likes. However, she's not quite done and believes that there will always be some growth or change that she can do to enhance her art. Fran is one of SUU's many great artists that are working towards their goals and are sure to go a long way. This is Alex Schilling for SUTV News. Back to the desk.
No.
Oh. So happy finals week, guys. Are you super excited?
Excited isn't the word, but ready. I feel well prepared.
I'm glad you do, because I don't.
Well, right? I'm glad you talked to that.
Yeah, I talked to Evan Miller, so I feel like I'm ready for any challenge that might come my way. I'm in a good mental state going into finals week for sure.
That's good. I wish I was. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Grace Conley.
I'm Connor Sanders.
I'm Ryan Sunderman.
And I'm Connor Aist. Join us Thursday for another great news show.